Good evening or good day, wherever you live. Recently, I have restored access to my original Roblox account, which I didn't have access for quite a while. I will say almost a year. And logging back into one's beloved platform that I admired and adored made me notice that the state of the game, to actually, I think no one's surprise, has been going down desperately. Since I haven't played the game for quite a while, I decided to check the front page, or how it's called, the experience page, former games page. And what I saw was an absolute catastrophic state that is of Roblox right now. The main point of such catastrophic state is that there are no games to play. Seriously, there are no games to play. The average game genres the platform can offer today are simulators, anime grind games, and the one type that shouldn't even be allowed, online dating hangout games. So publicly they aren't called that for obvious reasons. So what is the problem with those games? Let's start with the simulators. Such type of the games, as far as I can remember, started becoming more popular in 2020 with the rise of Beast Farm Simulator. And keep in mind that I actually think that the Beast Farm Simulator is actually I would say an exception of exceptions. It's a very good game in a genre, and yeah, I think that one is indeed a well-designed game. Whatsoever, it doesn't apply for 95% of the such games. The main point of simulator games is to mindlessly grind something by usually just clicking it, earning some value in money or any other resources. That games don't involve any social interaction, as players can just play it by themselves, but in my opinion, those games are just a brain rot. You do exact the same task by clicking in the same objects for minutes, then hours, and then even days. That gameplay is not fun and it's not rewarding, as the main point of such games is just to get some shiny pets that differ from others only because of their different texture, and that's about it. Kids spend their money, their time just to get rewarded for a shiny digital reward, which gives a huge dose of dopamine to keep them addicted to the system of such game. If it isn't a digital drug, I don't know what is. The majority of the players of such games are the children, and by judging by the statistics, the very young ones. Developers of such games take advantage of an weakened young kid mind to exploit them in such repetitive games and usually even spend a big amounts of real life money. For example, back in the days, I remember there has been a very popular genre of games on Roblox, tycoon games. While some people may say this exact argument about tycoons, I would like to have an objection. Firstly, Tycoon's games were different from each other, and usually were pretty fun. It's not because of the nostalgia, but because those games have indeed offered variety of choices in gameplay. For example, Retail Tycoon. One of the best Tycoon's games lets you customize your shop whenever you wished. Lumber Tycoon was the game which I wouldn't even call a tycoon, as the gameplay was completely different from all of the tycoon games. You could buy cars, explore different areas consisting of various tree types, forge just logs into the money, build your own house and base. Games like this offered so much of the content that was indeed fun and addictive in a good way, because it was interesting to play and progress into. While the macro transactions of such games weren't severe, even if you take some easily made tycoon games with clickbait titles, usually the game pass for about, I would say, like 500 slash 800 Robux. And they didn't offer like something outrageous. I mean, usually they just offered like admin or rainbow carpet, just that lets you fly over a map. And I think that's actually a gear from Roblox catalog. Well, simulators games have a monstrous monetization. I think that topic deserves an entire other video about it because such problem is honestly just horrendous. So that's about like the first and I think the most popular genre of those games. So let's get over to the anime games, and with that genre I'm more familiar as I played the most. Yes, I'm a VIP. Yes, indeed. I may be sinful that I play tons of such games due to my passion and love for some of the anime. And well, there's a reason why such games are indeed so popular. Firstly, is it because there are no good alternative? Roblox is indeed the only way to play as a specific anime character in that anime realm online with your friends, like MMO. And while overall the concept may seem innocent, the result of such concept isn't. While I was absent from Roblox, I played another MMO game called World of Warcraft, specifically classic. And what I have noticed, coming back to the Roblox and playing some of the anime games, is that all, like I would say, 98% of the anime games are just bandit beaters. And the thing is, those anime games have exactly the same cancerous progression from WoW. All of those games are just grinding the NPCs in order to gain like some uh, numbers. That's about it. You spawn, take quests, beat the NPCs, and that's all. All those games can offer. That's about it. And that's like the majority of the gameplay. And all those mechanics are indeed stolen from WoW. And the only difference, I would say, is that such quests in Roblox are even more primitive and repetitive. And the fact that you have to grind those quests for about usually 3,000 levels is just tremendous. It's just a constant brain rot, and the only reason why people play it is because there are no alternatives for online games, and because I think it's also the same digital drag system as I mentioned earlier for simulators that catches you into the repetitive primitive gameplay and doesn't even reward you with the quality content. As for the third one, I think the reasons are understandable for everyone as it is a very old and concerning topic, which is online dating. And it's unfortunately still relevant. But about this topic, I will recommend watching folks like Ruben Sim and Green Cats. They have way more experience and way more detailed topics. I mean, videos about this one. Of course, there are some good games, but they are so hidden by the games of genre I mentioned before that majority of the players won't even reach them as they will be hidden by the algorithm. So after discussing all these topics, there may be only one question for this. Why are people playing it? And what is the cause of such degeneracy of the platform? The issue of clickbait slash shit games have always been on Roblox, but it hasn't been in such disastrous state as it is now. So here's my theory on why it is what it is. First of all, I may sound like a child from fortune, but the current generation of young people are indeed dumb and more uncultured than the previous ones. That is, of course, goes because of the degenerate trends and the new, I should say, anti-culture that comes from the apps like TikTok and etc. So why did I bring this topic? You see, Roblox is a platform where the games are built by the players for the players. So the games that are on the front page showcases the interest of the audience. So if the community becoming more dumb, they represent more interest. The more primitive style games and more vulnerable to the digital concentration type games, as we mentioned earlier. That is also the reason why many people regard Roblox as a bad platform to develop games if we not include DevX problems. The good games won't become popular as they will be too complex compared to the front page to the average player, which is a kid. And in such situation, the game will most likely gonna flop. It's just going to be swallowed by other giants that are just like easier to play for the new generation of players. So I actually have a solution. As ridiculous as it may sound, I think we need a new version of Roblox, made for the people who do not wish to eat and consume such trash content that the front page and the trends in Roblox deliver today. And I think that those types of the players are the veterans that have been playing at least from 2016, 2017. Because I think after those years, Roblox has been stagnating. So here's the solution. As I have mentioned earlier, I have played World of Warcraft. And World of Warcraft actually had, and I think it actually still has, the problem with constant degeneracy. But the players have came up with the solution which I think may also work with the Roblox. WoW players over the years have been constantly asking Blizzard to bring the old version of the game back on par with the retail, which is the new version. Such idea was also regarded as impossible and naive back in the days, but with more people gathering for such a request and even making private servers like Nostalrius, which is also where the situations are pretty similar. As you know, there has been a lot of old Roblox survivals. The most famous one was FinUp, which I played a lot. It was a wonderful experience, but sadly it was shut down by Roblox. So why I'm bringing this topic? I think that if Roblox releases a classic version for veterans, I think it will be a platform where we can maybe restore the Roblox the way it used to be, the way it used to be good. So maybe if Roblox will bring back the older version with website, I mean older website tickets, old catalog without UGC of course, and all that stuff, maybe we may get the version of the game where there won't be such issues. So I think that is. Well, thank you for watching this video. It has been my first serious video, I should say. And if you liked watching this video and listening to me, well, make sure to press like button. Well, thank you very much. Peace.